Warning: this podcast has adult content and foul language, not suitable for children. This content may contain alcohol and/or drug use and sexual content. For entertainment purposes only. This is the Tales of a Small Town Bartender podcast. This is Tony.
I'm Sean. Hi, everybody. We are back after the disaster that was last week.
It was funny, though. Did you listen to it?
I did. It was both entertaining and sad. So
I thought the reel that I posted was funnier than the actual content that I posted.
it was so sad. Oh, and there you go. You're gone again. Gosh darn it. Yeah. Oh well.
Can you hear me?
Oh, it was so sad. But bygones are bygones, and here we are in 5x5.
I'm still blaming it on the full moon,
Perfectly acceptable.
It was just a fluke. It has not happened before that. I mean, I don't know.
Do you have anything to drink this evening?
I'm drinking water.
Water.
I'm boring.
Well, all right. I just wanted to check.
Actually, I have a Truly over in my cooler. I'm looking at it right here. I can go grab it.
It's eyeballing you.
It is. You know what? It actually is. Let me take a little walk over there. Wait, I'm opening the cooler. Let me see what flavor it is. It's a lemon. What is it? Lemon ice. Lemon ice.
Lemon ice, Truly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're proper now.
What's your beverage?
Oh, I have a Voodoo Ranger Juice Force IPA, 9.5%.
Ooh.
She's a juicy one.
Oh, did you hear that?
I did. That was satisfying.
Right?
So satisfying. Love it. A nice report when you crack that can. That's was wonderful. You know what's not wonderful though? New York. Tony, they're so disappointing me. Like
with what?
You heard this bullshit. There's just no other way. With New York City's latest crackdown started a couple weeks ago on utensils, condiment packets, napkins, or extra containers are now no longer automatically included in takeout and delivery orders unless you request them.
Okay.
So,
well, the pizza places around here don't give you anything unless you request them.
You have to ask for it.
Yes.
So, yeah, but all this plastic shit and which is fine, but here's a couple of things that bug me about this. First of all, they give the law a cute little name, and it's called the law from that Mayor Eric Adams signed earlier this year. It was introduced by a Bronx councilwoman. It's called Skip the Stuff. So they make it sound hip and trendy and cool, like you're doing the world a big favor if you just don't get plastic utensils. And then they come up with this figure that they just literally just pull out of their ass, because you can they say that they are going to save $40 billion a year in plastic utensils, which are discarded in the U.S. every day. There is no way over my dead body are there $40 billion of plastic utensils being discarded in the United States every day. There is no way.
There's no way.
Yeah, but that's part of the news article, just to paint the picture to make it worse than what it is. What a crock of shit.
So let me ask you, do you guys have plastic bags there?
We do.
Like shopping bags, because they don't give them to us anymore.
Yeah, I knew that was going to go. There's been some other things too that were cut back. But here they do, some store chains will sell you bags. Like you can buy like nice bags. Like there's one
Right.
store you can nickel a bag, but they're nice plastic, heavy duty plastic bags you can bring back and reuse. Like I've been
Yeah.
packing my lunch in it for work for the last 6 weeks. For a nickel, yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
But but this crap about $40 billion of plastic utensils in the US every day,
Not
come
in a
on.
day. There's no way in a day.
There is absolutely no way. And nobody calls them out on their bullshit. That's the
Most
worst thing about it.
the fast food places, you don't even get utensils. You eat with your hands. It's burgers, fries, whatever.
Yeah. And that's a good
Pizza,
portion of it.
yeah, you don't eat pizza with utensils normally. Normal people don't.
And if you've ever done Uber Eats, they don't send plastic forks or anything with it unless you
No.
ask for it because they're going to your house
Yeah.
where normal people have their own silverware.
Yeah.
I mean, color me shocked, right? So anyway, they say while many of us are try to recycle and save these items for the future, most of them end up in landfills where they can enter our water system and harm our ecosystem. Reducing this way, I don't have anything against the water system or our ecosystem. What I have something against is being fed this line of bullshit. Because meanwhile, we have a country over the Pacific Ocean called China that is like literally the worst polluter, the worst CO2 spewer, and the worst plastic polluter by hundreds of times than any other nation. And here we are using paper fucking straws and not giving out plastic silverware. Are you joking me?
But they're using paper straws in plastic cups.
Yeah. And the paper straws come in plastic wrappers.
Yes, they do. I saw that too.
And every single thing in this grocery store is in plastic.
Yes,
So
that is true.
why can't give me a oh, I'm getting revved up here. Give me a straw. I don't want to suck.
You want to straw with that beer?
I want some wine with my cheese.
Oh,
That's
well,
me.
that's a very good pairing.
I'm whining, so might as well have some cheese with it. But no, I want a straw that I can use for more than 12.6 seconds before it disintegrates and becomes a shit show. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's put that to bed. We'll move on to story 2, which isn't going to piss me off any less.
Uh-oh. What story is that?
Unorthodox pizzas in Japan.
Wait, what?
Japan has apparently become the king of unorthodox pizzas. So this past June, there was Pizza Hut Japan's Wiener Coffee Pizza.
Ew.
Yep, you heard it right. Earlier this month, they got their hands on a Domino Pizza Japan's Pickles Pizza.
Okay.
But there's a Nagoya-based chain called Aoki's Pizza. They're not going to let them get in their way. So previously, they had an 18 meat Mountain Pizza sandwich, which doesn't sound that bad to me.
Wait. Did you say Meat Mountain Pizza
sandwich? 18 meats, 1-8.
Oh my God. Wait, are there 18 meats?
I can't name 18 meats.
That's what I'm saying. Are there 18 meats?
Yeah, they got to be putting some pretty freaky shit on there. I don't know.
Oh, God. I don't know if I want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to take a stab at that one. But they had an 18 meat Mountain Pizza sandwich. And then they had a horror-themed Bloody Zombino Pizza. Which I didn't see what goes into that.
Is there a picture of it?
There is on the internet. If you Google Bloody Zombino Pizza, let me make sure I'm stealing you right here. Bloody Zombino Pizza. Bring it up. Horror lives. The bloody Zombino returns to Aoki's. Images. Oh God. Oh, it's a horror show.
All right, I'm looking it up.
Yeah, do it. All right. So just to describe to the listeners, so it looks like a standard regular crust pizza, and there's hot dogs on it, and I don't know what it's made of, but they're basically red and green eyeballs, like the entire eyeball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Halloween Carnival. I see that under the Halloween Carnival pizza.
Yeah, this is a
Hot
bloody.
dogs are the fingers.
Yeah, fingers and eyeballs.
What the hell are the eyeballs made out of?
I don't know. Looks like Jello, maybe. But yeah, there you go. So, and that's not even the weird one.
It's not. Well, what's the coffee and wiener? Like what they put coffee in a pizza?
Pizza Hut did that.
That's kind of
Pizza Hut in
weird.
Japan did that. Wiener coffee pizza.
What do they like? Make a sauce out of coffee? I don't get it.
I didn't do the proper research to answer these questions.
Okay, I'm
So
sorry.
I apologize. That's all right. Hold on. I think I might have it. No, it looks like sausage and coffee pizza combination. Really, they didn't want it. Looks like a regular, like a green pizza, like pesto or something, like a pesto pie with a big dollop of whipped cream in the middle of it, and then a side of coffee with a hot dog in it. Yeah. Yeah, whipped cream. Yeah. So that's
kind of gross.
This is like, maybe I should have saved this for Halloween. This is disgusting. Anyway, so the reason why I brought these up is because this Aoki's had come up with an ice cream fondue pizza. So before, you remember fondue from the 70s where you had the melted cheese in the middle. Everybody got a stick with the cheese, and dip it in and eat it. Yeah.
The melting pot.
Yeah, ultimate double dip delight, right?
Yeah.
When you swap spit with everybody and you never intended to in the first place. But before you dip the slices in ice cream or drizzle syrup or sauce on them, they have the classic ingredients of mozzarella, pepperoni, and sliced mushrooms. And then they add ice cream on top of that and fondue.
Oh.
They get mushroom pork ice cream in your mouth all at the same time.
Oh, come on.
Great time, huh? What a great time.
No, that sounds gross. I tried garlic ice cream one time at the garlic festival.
How was that?
It was roasted garlic, so it was kind of sweet,
Yeah.
So it wasn't bad. I mean, I wouldn't buy it. They were giving out samples, so I tried it.
Seems like a strange combination.
Yeah, it was.
So this pie,
bacon too. I tried that too.
Yeah, I've had that before, and that wasn't bad. But what I find with bacon is that anytime bacon is served in a cold form, the fat is absolutely revolting.
Yeah.
It's gross. Hot bacon, delicious. Cold bacon, awful. Absolutely awful. But, I mean, everybody's allowed to have their own opinion, even if they're wrong. So there you go. So if you were to Google image search this ice cream fondue pizza, you'll get a great picture of it. And what it looks like is just like a standard personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut. But what they've done in the middle is kind of interesting. And the crust from the pie folds up to create a bowl in the middle of the pie, like a fondue kind of style bowl. And inside the bowl is ice cream. So of all the amazing things you could have filled this bowl with for pizza, ice cream was your go-to.
I see it here. I just Googled it.
Yeah, Google ice cream fondue, FONDUE pizza, and that'll be the first thing that comes up. Isn't that horrifying?
Yeah, it really is. I thought it was bad putting ranch on pizza.
Awful. Awful.
My kids
Absolutely
used to
awful.
do that.
I lived a long time in the Midwest, and they put ranch on everything. It's like a religion.
Oh God.
Yeah, everything comes with a side of ranch. You go to a restaurant, you want a side of ranch with that? I'm eating eggs. No, I don't want a side of ranch with my eggs.
Do you put ketchup on your eggs?
No,
Oh, thank you.
I have a family member who does.
Yeah, I have a few of them that do. I can't even stand the smell of ketchup on eggs.
Yeah, it's kind of gross. There's the texture thing for me. Yeah, but I have a family member who does. He may have outgrown it. I don't know.
Mm,
Excuse me. Sorry about that.
it's
But
okay.
yeah, but ketchup and eggs, no. But I love ketchup. I mean, it's a religion like garlic and Tabasco. I mean, those things are just phenomenal on almost everything. But you know, can't just
No, I will
can't just
put
be.
red hot on my eggs.
What kind of red hot?
Just the original red hot sauce.
I'm trying to picture it in the bottle. It's like the white label on it.
It's white and like an orange.
Yeah, okay, I know
It's,
what
it's
you're talking about.
just hot sauce. It's hot sauce.
Yeah, I
Frank's
love.
Frank's red hot.
Oh, okay, Frank's. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of hot sauce on your eggs. That I can support 100%. But I'm not supporting
Ketchup. Yeah, no.
or ice cream fondue pizza.
No.
No thanks. So I
Absolutely not.
understand from you we have a listener story.
Yes, that we were supposed to have on last week.
Yeah. I wonder why that didn't air. Oh, wait, no.
I don't know.
So go on. Let's hear it. What happened?
Okay.
I'm excited.
So I printed it out so I could read it.
Oh,
It
good.
says, I literally cannot make this shit up.
Oh,
It's
boy.
about 11 p.m. and it's a sports bar in Missouri.
Oh,
It's
God.
muggy and it feels like death outside. A
Oh,
lady
humidity.
walks in, yeah, a lady walks in and orders Merlot. Proceeds to ask if I can change the channel to something female friendly that isn't sports. I told her it's a sports bar, but I can see if any female sports are on. Well, long story short, something snapped in this woman's mind, and she starts screaming and yelling about how all men are pussies and micro inverted dicks, and she beat anyone in an arm wrestling match in the bar.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Well,
Oh, no.
she was belligerent enough to finally coax a regular to arm wrestle her.
Oh, no.
Mainly because she just wouldn't shut the fuck up. He clearly beats her, and now he's a pussy and a bitch for beating a girl.
I love no ownership of the actual issue itself.
Yeah, right?
It's all
Now,
projection.
all men in general are under attack, and she's just being crazy. The owner, who is also a man, was also at the bar.
Oh, God.
I eventually cut in, give her the tab, and tell her she needs to go. Bitching and screaming the whole time, she finally leaves. That's the end, right? Fucking
Yeah.
nope.
Nope. Absolutely not.
Not the end.
Not going quiet.
Crazy lady comes back in pajama shorts and a crop top.
Oh, no.
And she's accusing everyone of stealing her phone. By this point, the owner has had enough of her shit and tells her he can show her the footage because she clearly left with her phone. She proceeds to freak out even more and tries to fight literally everyone in the bar. This would happen at my bar. It really would. The owner watches all the footage and checks all the cameras, and lo and behold, she left her shit on the patio out on the patio while she was being psychotic.
Oh.
So she gets her phone, almost leaves, then strips down, literally completely naked by the door.
Now it's a show. Let's do this. All right.
And tells everyone to fuck off. And then she leaves. I've never had so many rounds of applause for people in the bar before in my life.
Oh, my God. You ever notice one thing? How when somebody strips down when they're drunk or on drugs, it's never a person you'd be like at least 10% interested in seeing with their clothes off.
Yes.
Not even remotely. It's like, no, why you? No, no,
And they're usually not very graceful about it either.
not at all. Can we get somebody in here from the Olympic swim team or something? Come on.
They're usually
Yeah.
tripping over their stuff, falling over, and
It's never somebody you want to see naked. Plenty of examples of the other side.
oh goodness,
That's a good one. I love it. Great story.
that was a good one. So send your stories in, guys, because we want to read them.
Yeah,
Or you can come on with us and you can tell your own story.
absolutely. That would be great. Tales of a small town bartender at gmail.com. Reach out to us and send us your drunk story. And we'll be glad to either read it or let you tell it yourself. But you have to put up with us. So there you go.
Yeah.
So that reminded me of a similar story I had when I was a teenager. I was working at a bar or a nightclub / bar. It's / restaurant that's no longer open, I don't think. On Route 9W in New Windsor, there was a place called Rosebuds. And
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's open anymore either. I think they've changed hands. But I used to work there as a teen, and I had a lot of different jobs. It was a great place to work because it was within walking distance of my house and where I grew up, and just a bunch of nice people there. And I mean, I worked as a busboy, I worked as a valet parker, and apparently I worked as a bouncer too, even in a skinny little scraggly ass.
I'm not sorry. No, I remember you, so yeah.
Oh my god,
you were super skinny.
Yeah, I'll put it in a measure for you. When I left for the Marine Corps, I was 17 years old, and my initial paperwork for the Marine Corps said I was 6'4" and 176 pounds. So if that's not a string bean, say that again.
I remember you skinnier than that.
Oh yeah, quite possible. So just as a gauge, when I got out of boot camp and I was 18, I was 6'5" and 208. So I grew an inch and gained like 30 freaking pounds in boot camp. It was nuts. But I was skinny. I was a bean when I was back in high school days and stuff. And I worked at this nightclub. So this nightclub had a nightclub, dance floor, bar, and tables on one side that you'd hang out at when you're not dancing, right? Just standard nightclub stuff. And then it had a restaurant on the other side, and with a full kitchen, the whole 9 yards. And the restaurant had a bar also. And he would occasionally rent out or catering, do in-house catering for weddings and stuff.
Yes,
and
my aunt got.
Oh yeah, really?
Yep.
Cool. I did one of the. We used to be just a quick way to pick up some extra money, right? A few hours on a weekend, and then off you go to hang out. But this one in particular wedding, it was the bridegroom and the bride's family and the groom's family obviously were there. There was probably 200 people, maybe a little bit less than that, 150 or so. It's not that big of a room. But what happened was the bride's son, the bride's brother, who was underage, ended up getting shit-faced at the bar. And they served him underage.
I was going to say, I guess they didn't ID back then.
No, not too often. Especially not at weddings either, because everybody's just like, just keep them in line. Everybody's cool, right?
Well, let me tell you, I was underage the first time I got married, and they wouldn't serve me at my own wedding.
Shut up. Wow.
Swear to God.
So this kid gets completely railed. And then at some point, he decides that it's a good idea to go up and punch the groom's dad in the head while he's not looking.
Oh my God.
So he punches the groom's dad in the head while he's not looking. And then the groom's dad gets up to take care of this basically 18-year-old kid, maybe 17. And
Oh.
and not only that, but his two sons also get up and they're in their 20s. This kid's going to die. So there was I still remember the guy's name too. It was a guy who is probably 6'6" and just built like a brick shit house, like 6'6" and 225, 230 and muscular. And he grabbed the dad, or the kid went running into the kitchen area, and the dad went through the doors looking for him, where Peter, the bartender, or I think he's a bartender there, and carried him into the back of the kitchen to where you wash your pots and pans, the deep sinks.
Mm-hmm.
Two sinks side by side, they're a few feet deep, and they got all these pots and pans hanging above it. So they got the dad up against the sink, and the kid comes back in the room and is trying to get back at the dad, but there's two rows of Rosebud's employees between them. Peter holding the dad, me and another waiter trying to keep the kid away from the dad. The dad, who looks up and sees the pots and pans, grabs one off the rack and bounces it off this kid's skull.
Oh.
Bong! And all of a sudden, somebody grabbed the kid who wasn't feeling that great and pushes him out the back door. So we get the dad, we get him out of the kitchen back into the dining room, and then the two sons come in, or one of the two sons comes in, and he's looking for him. Where is that SOB? Blah 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 blah. Bad word, bad word, bad word. And we're like, look, you've got to go. You can't be back here. And we push him out the back door. And then as we're walking back towards the dining room, we're like, uh-oh. We just pushed everybody that's going to fight out the back door. So we go break it through the park. Yeah. Yeah. And we get out
Did
to
the
the
cops
parking
come?
lot. Oh, the cops came. There were 4 people arrested.
Oh,
but
wow.
We get out to the parking lot, and the parking lot was dirt back then. And by the time we got out there was already a dust cloud rising from about 10 rows deep in the lot. So we go running down there, and sure enough, there they are, the two guys we pushed out the back door like idiots. And so we got to break them up. One guy ended up on the hood of somebody's Trans Am. Another guy ended up smashed up against a windshield. And then the cops showed up, and hey, happy nuptial day. You have a great wedding.
It's a very memorable wedding.
Yeah. They had to take statements from everybody. It was amazing. I never had seen anything like that before. I worked quite a few years there. It was a good time. But anyway, yeah, that reminded me of that story. That's
At least they didn't get naked.
No. Everybody thankfully kept their clothes on. I don't think there was anybody there that you'd want to see either. So toast. Here's that for you. So we were talking. So that is actually a good segue into a segment that I asked you a little while ago. It's like, what makes a marriage work? And I mean this from the aspect of, we know people who are comfortable with the situation, and it would just be too much trouble to do anything to fix it, right? You'd have to go through divorce. You'd have to, separate the kids. You'd have to pay alimony, child support, whatever. It's just a lot of bullshit. Yeah. So instead of doing that, you just basically coexist. And there's people out there, I'm sure we both know, that do that. But how long have you been married for now?
Well, this is my second marriage.
That's okay. So you're speaking from experience, which is great.
Yes, my first marriage, I did not hang around. Mm-hmm. This is 26 years now.
See? Now that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Why why does that work? What makes it better than the first one?
The first one, I think we were just too young. Like I said, I was underage when I got married. I was 19. I got married at 19.
Okay.
You know,
You don't know what you want, right?
well, we had a child. That's why we got married.
Got you. Okay.
And then we immediately had another child. When I was 20, I had another child. So I had 2 kids by the time I was 20.
Okay.
I still underage. Still underage. I couldn't go out and have a drink, but I had 2 kids.
Yeah, you're responsible for 2 young lives, but God forbid you have a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
So, and he was a year younger than me.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was a year younger than me. So,
Mm.
yeah, it's just, we were just too young,
So yeah, and when the people that I talk to in similar situations, it's usually like you're not emotionally mature enough to the point where you know what you want in a husband or in a wife for that matter. And as you grow older and you mature, you find out things about yourself and about what you're looking for to be your partner slash friend slash confidant and the excuse me beer coming back to haunt me but partner and friend and confidant and the things that the characteristics you want them to have. You don't know that when you're so young, because the things that you were looking for when you were a teen are much different than the things you would look for when you're in your 20s, which are much different than the things you would look for in your 30s or your 40s or your 50s, right?
Yes. Right. So our relationship has changed a lot. I was 27 when I got married the second time. And in the beginning, I would never have been working at a bar because he would have been way too jealous for that.
Sure.
And then, as you get older, you lose some of that jealousy.
You do.
So that's why I've been at the bar for 19 years now, but in the beginning, there was no way he would have been like, oh no,
Yeah, there's a thing that I always talk about, because we both have grown kids, and I always talk about with my kids, like people in their teens and 20s have this energy, and there's an energy, and sometimes it's spent in drama, and sometimes it's spent with your partner, and sometimes it's just nervous energy that you don't know what to do with. So Adam Carolla, the comedian, said something a long time ago that made sense in regard to this, pardon me. If you put 50 23-year-olds in a gym and locked them in overnight, there would be a lot of fights. But if you put 50 53-year-olds and locked them in a gym overnight, they would play basketball and have cards and probably make some new best friends. But the last thing you would expect from 50-year-olds is fights if they were locked in a gym overnight. Yeah. And there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's that energy that just, when you get into your 30s, when you're a teenager, you think you know everything. When you're 20, you're sure you do. When you're 30, you start figuring out you don't. Right? And that's kind of where that drama goes away, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could totally see that that jealousy streak in the 20s. Absolutely. That's that energy I'm talking about. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just the way people are made up. And then when you get into your 30s, you start figuring out, you know what? I like this person. I think I'm going to be in it for the long haul. And then you figure shit out and you fly straight, right? What do you think?
You just can't take stuff too serious all the time.
That's true. There's a lot to be said for that.
I don't know. How long have you been married?
My wife and I just had the 33rd anniversary of our first date.
Oh, wow.
A week ago, in fact. 33 years of first date, and we've been 30 years, married over 30 years now.
Wow.
31 years. Yeah, 31. So yeah, we were married super young, and had some rough patches, but figured our shit out. Mostly it's because I had a horrible example of what a father and husband would have been, and as a child, because my home life was a shit show. It really could have been a reality show by today's standards. It would have been a very entertaining one. But after I got my shit squared away and figured out, and after she got her shit squared away and figured out, it's been we've been well over 2.5 decades of that. So it's there were some rough spots, but you make the decision to stay together and stick it out and to do the work that you need to do and get things taken care of. And that's fortunately the path that we took, because it's like one of those things. It's like, why does a relationship work, or why does a marriage work? Because I think everybody always says communication, and there's something to be said for that, right?
Mm.
Communicating. I don't think it's just communicating, no, but it's how you communicate.
And you have to want it to work.
You do have to want it to work. Absolutely. And how do you show that you want it to work is because you never confront your spouse. But this is like some hippy dippy term that I heard, but I really liked it anyway, is you carefront them instead of confront them. You carefront them because you don't use harsh, hateful languages. This is supposed to be the person that you love and you're going to spend the rest of your life with, right? So why am I gonna asshole out on you? That's not the way you should be treating the person that you love and you trust with your life and you spent the last 30 years with. So you treat each other like friends. And do friends sometimes fight? Yeah, absolutely. But you fight respectfully. You treat your spouse with respect. You communicate. You do so respectfully. You can talk about your feelings. You could talk about how stuff made you feel. Talk about how maybe you could do things differently next time.
You sound like Dr. Phil.
Sorry. But that's, man, yeah, I guess. But it's just, it got me thinking, and I have a long commute to work, so this is what I do. But anyway, I know it's not Tales of a Small Town Marriage, but but it was just a subject that I got thinking on, and it's like, what does make a marriage work? I mean, you work for a very, very long time in a place that's known, bars are not known to be exactly the most, it's not like church, right?
Right.
Yeah. But it works and it's successful and it doesn't bother your marriage because you're dedicated to your husband. Your husband understands that and you respect each other. And that's amazing. And I think that's amazing. So applause to you guys. So anyway, let's do Drunk or a Kid. You ready for that?
Sure.
All right, I got one for you. This one's so generic, it's bad. I don't think it's a good one because I don't think there's any indicators as to which way this is going to go. Let's see if you can get it anyway. All right. I sat on the toilet and started peeing without taking off my underwear. Right?
I'm going to go with drunk.
Absolutely right. You got it right.
I've done it.
It can happen, man.
It can happen.
It can absolutely happen.
I was also drunk. And I took my underwear off and threw them in the garbage.
Bye.
Oh, that's funny. I got one for you too, though.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Cried for an hour after hearing I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith the first time. Was I drunk or a kid?
Ooh. Oh, wow. I'm going to go with the emotions of a drunk adult. I'm going to say drunk.
Nope, it was a kid.
Are you kidding me?
Yep, and he said,
Oh,
I was a very, very strange and emotional child.
that's a good one. You got me on that one. You got me on that one. That's a good one.
That was a good one, right?
It is, yeah. All right. So we're going to go to the random state generator now and go New York versus a random state. I have not chosen this beforehand. You'll have to rewind a few episodes for me to prove this when I started talking about the wrong state. But however, I have the button.
It was Rhode Island.
It was Delaware. I swear it was Delaware. Anyway, all the same. It was all the same anyway. It doesn't matter. It's a small state, and the pizza sucks. There you go. And they got good seafood, and it's expensive.
Yeah.
Maybe we ought to play Rhode Island versus Delaware. No, let's do New York versus random state. Click Illinois. New York versus Illinois. Oh, this is a good one. So I happen to know a lot about Illinois. I lived across the river from it for 30 years, 25 years. That's shit. I don't know. Yeah, almost 30 years. So Illinois, home to, they have Chicago pizza, which I was going to say
Chicago dish pizza.
Let me get this out of the way right now. Chicago pizza. It's not a pizza. It's a casserole. So stop it.
It's a casserole?
It's a casserole. It's a pizza casserole. So
I guess it depends how you make it.
Is it bad? No, it's not bad, but it's not pizza. It's a casserole.
Oh, it's deep dish pizza.
So, yeah, deep dish casserole. Casseroles are deep dish everything.
That is true.
Come at me. I lived in this shithole for 30 years, man. Got a lot of anger built up tonight, especially at Illinois. But taxes.
I've never been there.
It's you're not missing anything. First of all, O'Hare, worst airport in the world.
I've heard that.
Canceled flights galore. Never connect through O'Hare. If there's anything you take away from this podcast, never, ever, ever connect through O'Hare. Never. Without exception. Pay an extra $100 to go through Atlanta, Dallas, Minnesota. Don't connect through O'Hare.
Okay.
Just don't. All right. So O'Hare shit. Taxes, they're about the same. It's ridiculous. Cigarettes in Illinois, $12 a pack. It's insane. Taxes are insane. They're taxing people for leaving the state like California is. They're instituting all kinds of new taxes to pay the bill. They got 3 governors in prison or some shit. They got their governors. Yeah, their governors make your license plates. It's ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Rob Blagojevich was one. He was jailed for a driver's license issue. Shit, where they faked driver's licenses for truck drivers. I think it was.
Oh, anyways, the CDL.
Yeah, the CDL deal. But he was found guilty. He was in prison. There was a couple other Illinois governors in prison, but Illinois is a shit show. New York, better pizza.
I would say New York's probably better than Chicago.
Yeah,
or Illinois
in general. I will say this:
the cities I'm talking about.
Yeah, Chicago and New York City. Yeah, Illinois outside of Chicago, kind of like New York outside of New York City. Very rural. Illinois
it's known as the Prairie State.
Oh, there you go. Somebody's on the Googles. I was going to call you being smart, but no, you outed yourself for Googling it. So
I Googled it.
So if I got to choose between living in Illinois and living in New York, I'm definitely going to live in New York. What about you?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Yes. New York.
Oh, okay. You're going to live in New York or Illinois? Yes.
Yes. New York.
Awesome. So I guess I shouldn't
drink the Truly so fast.
Shit, put it
Yes.
in an IV bottle. Let's do this. Happy days. So I got an add-on for this as well. So I found a website that has odd alcohol laws for all 50 states. So now that we've picked a random state, let's find out what weird alcohol laws there are. So let's give an example. Like for New York, okay, and I don't know if this is true anymore, but you'd be a better judge of this than I would because I haven't been there in many years. But they say in New York it's illegal to use the word saloon in the bar's name. Do you know any saloons?
I do. The Raccoon Saloon in Marlboro.
Okay, so this is not necessarily up to date or accurate. Well, that's not fun. So they said after Michael O'Neill opened O'Neill's Saloon, the state liquor authority said he was breaking the law. So he complied by changing the S into a B, thus changing it to O'Neill's Balloon.
Okay.
Yeah. I wonder if we can Google that and figure out if that's true. But I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to wrap this up and bring it home. So let's see what it says is Illinois' issue. First of all, Illinois, not Illinois. Illinois. I heard a million people say, forget having one on the house. That's because it's illegal to give free alcohol in bars and restaurants. The state also prohibits happy hour. I don't think that's true.
Well, let me tell you, those rules are true for New York.
Are they?
They are. Although nobody follows them. We're not allowed to give free, we're not allowed to do buybacks or free drinks, and we're not allowed to have happy hour. We just have to have it listed as drink specials, 3 to 5 or 3 to 6, whatever it is.
Gotcha. So maybe the balloon thing is right, and then nobody just gives a shit about it. So it's probably a law that's on the books that nobody cares about.
Maybe.
I'll go with that because this is kind of fun. And they also said it's illegal to bring 45 liters or more of alcoholic beverages into the state without a license to do so. The punishment for breaking this law is at least 1 year in prison.
Oh my God.
So there you go. You can't be a liquor bootlegger. So today's quote is from Ron Burgundy of Anchorman fame. And his famous quote about alcohol is, I love scotch. Scotchy, scotchy, scotch. Here it goes, down into my belly. I love that one. Anyway, that's all I have for this week. And I got to thank you for going through our technical troubles and our technical difficulties. Thanks for hanging with us, and thanks for visiting again. It's good to talk to you again, Tony. Sorry we missed the week, but always great to have these conversations.
We didn't miss it. We were both there. we were
there.
Just didn't work.
It wasn't in the stars, or in this case, the full moon.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thanks again, everybody, and we'll hopefully see you next week if the moons align. I'm Sean. Thanks again.
I'm Tony. Have a good night. You can contact us in many ways. Email us at talesofasmalltownbartender@gmail.com. You can check our website out at www.talesofasmalltownbartender.com. Socials will be linked in the show notes. Talk to you later.
Yeah, does it work? Please say yes.
I hear you.
Oh my God. What's this strange voice?
I hear you. So are you on your computer or are you on your phone?
I'm on my computer. Computer number 3.
Oh my God, really?
1 and 2 are dead. Yeah.
Oh my God.
New one's on its way Friday.
Wow. What happened to number 2?
Number 2 was the one we were trying to get on last week. Number 1 was already broken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was number one, and then you were trying another one, and that one didn't work either.
Number one, the sound went out a couple days before. Number two, well, you heard what happened there, and then the phone issues. I don't know what caused that, but here we are.
I don't know.
We'll have a new computer on Friday, so it should be good. So I'm using my gaming PC.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Rock and roll.
So we should have tried the video one then, huh? That's all right.
No,
We're
it doesn't
already-
actually have a webcam on it.
Oh, that one doesn't. Okay.
No, and I'm only wearing shorts, so this is what you get.
That's okay.
Did you have anything tonight?
Well, I have that listener story to read.
Oh, that's right.
I have a drunkard kid,
Good.
and I have a shit set at the bar.
Should sit at the bar. Okay.
Okay, and you're going to do the random state generator thing?
Yeah, I got an add-on for that too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we can do the random state generator and then do weird alcohol laws across the U.S. I found a website with weird drinking laws for all 50.
That sounds cool.
All 50 states. Yeah. So.
All right. No, I'm not sitting at my desk tonight. I'm sitting on my couch, so it's kind of weird. I don't know if I like this.
Go for a more relaxed vibe.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it though, because I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Ready?
Listener story here. Story. And then
Taking notes.
Yeah, I got a rundown. I always keep a show rundown, so it's natural flow. All right, I'm good. Let's do it.
Okay.